Hey, what's up, guys? This is Alonzo here with Fit for Life, and I am going to go over a very important topic that I hear quite often. Hope you all having a great day, having a great week, and going to have a great weekend. So one of the many things that people always say, no matter who you are or whatever like that, is always a common thing that comes up. Eating healthy is more expensive than eating not healthy, all right? So, and a lot of times people say, I don't have time for it, or no, I'm sorry, I don't have the money for it because it's too expensive to eat healthy. All right, so we're gonna go make two categories: not eating healthy and eating healthy. I'm gonna try to make this as simple as possible, so there is no need for me to complicate things. All right, so make it as simple as possible. So, not eating healthy, right? Because we spend so much time in our busy lives and busy schedules, we tend to think that we have to go with what's more convenient, right? So let's say the typical person, when they go grocery shopping, they buy a lot of microwavable dinners, or they buy a lot of frozen foods, right? So, they go frozen foods, and I'm looking at this strictly from a cost perspective. This is from a cost perspective, not what you can cook, but just simply from a cost perspective. Let's be honest, that's what it comes down to. More expensive, that means you spend more money. So, not eating healthy. When you go grocery shopping, how much you spend grocery shopping, right? The average family spends, let's say, if you have a kid or two, I'm going on a weekly basis. So let's say on a weekly basis, grocery shopping wise, you have two kids, you have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You have the snacks in between. This is grocery shopping. So let's say you spend $150 a week. All right, grocery shopping, I'm guessing, right? Because you have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You have food for you, food for your husband. You need to have snacks and stuff for the kids. So let's say you spend $150 a week, right? What's included in $150 a week? Are you buying real food, or are you buying frozen foods? More than likely, it's a lot of frozen foods. So it's a lot of frozen foods, prepackaged. Prepackaged foods. I know the fruit cups. Right? Whatever is most convenient, that's what we tend to buy. On most of the time, we tend to buy whatever's most convenient. So let's say you spend $150 a week on groceries. I'm taking a guess here. The two kids. So out of that $150 a week, you have to ask yourself this question, right? Does that $150 a week cover all my food? Honestly, most of the time it probably doesn't, because this is food just for the house, right? You still go to work and you still buy lunches at work. So let's say you spend another lunch, let's say the average person spend $10, $10 to $12 on lunch. Right? This is just your lunchtime. Then you have your little snacks. And let's say you spend another $3 to $5 on snacks. Now, when I say snacks, I'm including everything from coffee to little things from vending machines and things like that. So let's say you spend $3 to $5 on that, and that's per day. Per day, right? So you spend $150 a week on groceries for the family. Then you turn around and spend another $10 to $12 on lunch per day. Another $3 to $5 for snacks per day. That's including your coffee and everything like that. So let's say on total per day you spend, if you add that up, we're going to go with the average here of $11 for lunch and $4. So you're spending $15 per day. So on total, on weekly, you're spending, say it's 15, 30, 60, $75 a week for lunch and snacks. Sorry. Lunch and snacks, right? Now, does this really include everything? Nope, it does not. Because the average family goes out to eat at least once a week. At least once a week. So, and if you're an average family, you may have 1 to 2 kids. Each main meal the adult may get is probably between 10 to 15 bucks, right? We'll go with a happy medium. Let's say, depending on where you go, not the fancy shit. Fancy stuff, sorry. So let's say you go 12 bucks for your meal. Adults, that's 24. The kids' meal is another 6 bucks. 6 and 6 is 12, so that's 36. Whatever thing. So let's say you spend an average of 45 to 50 bucks when you go out to eat. That's once a week. Let's say 50 bucks. That's out to eat. All right, so again, once a week, you guys go out to eat. It's your family night, whatever you want to do. So, let's add this all up. So, this is a cost of not eating healthy, because most of the time we shop for convenience instead of what's good. When we go to lunch, we don't really usually make the best decisions. Every now and then, some of you may. I'm not going to say that everyone doesn't. Most times, you're not making the best decisions. Your snacks are usually sugary foods. Your Starbucks Frappuccino latte with caramel mocha, triple caramel venti with an extra shot of espresso. That sounds about right. And then you spend another, you're spending 75 bucks a week, 50 bucks out to eat for the week, right? So that is another 125 bucks on top of your groceries per week. So actually you're spending $275 a week on this stuff. So if you times that by 4, so let's go, that's 5. $1,100 a month. And I could be completely off. This is just me throwing out numbers. If you're single or if you're just married, no kids, this could be completely different, right? I'm just using this number as an example. You can adjust this however you want for your groceries for the week, but usually this is about the same. So let's say you're spending about $1,100 a month on groceries. Damn, that's a lot of money. Groceries and snacks and lunch at work and eating out, right? So now let's go over here to the healthier side, or eating healthy, if you will, right? And let's say when we go grocery shopping, we actually buy real food. I'm going to use myself for an example. Actually, that's not fair for me to do that. I'm going to use grocery shopping at like a Costco, a Walmart, or Mariano's, things like that. Right? So let's say when you go grocery shopping, you actually buy real food. Now, as we buy this real food, we're thinking and planning out our food. So we're thinking of what can we have for breakfast, lunch, and dinners, right? Breakfast, lunch, and dinners. Snacks, they'll come in there sometime, right? So let's say when you go on average per week, right? If you're going to Costco, if you're going to these bulk stores where you can buy groceries that last for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, then let's say you're spending on average, when you go there, you're spending on average for that week. Let's say you buy, again, it's just eating healthy, it's throwing out options. You get a bag of chicken breasts, or or a thing of ground turkey or ground beef. So let's say a bag of chicken breast is 25 bucks. You get 3 or 4 bags of vegetables. That's another 6, 12, 18 bucks. So that puts you at 40, let's say round up to 50, right? Let's say 50 bucks there for meat, vegetables. You get some other canned goods, ground turkey. So I'm going to go, this is on a weekly, so 25 bucks. Frozen chicken. Another 20 bucks for vegetables. Another 10 bucks for, I don't know if you guys like tuna, another 10 bucks for tuna. let's go with fruits and vegetables. Well, let's go with fruits. You spend another $15 on fruits. And let's say you spend, what else could be thrown in there? Let's say another, I don't know, $50 on miscellaneous stuff, right? Just miscellaneous stuff, whatever that may fall under. I'm using this example of frozen chicken breasts because I know that's how much it costs. Vegetables, because I know how much those cost. Tuna, I know how much those cost. Fruits, miscellaneous, things like that. You get a couple cases of water, because water is very, very important. And that falls into miscellaneous. So that is your week. Now, when you do this for the week, let's add that up. So we have 75, 95, 105, $120. So we have $120 for the week, right? Now, as we're grocery shopping for the week, as we're doing this, we're making sure that we're buying foods that aren't already prepackaged, frozen, fruit cups for the kids. It's real fruit. So you're actually giving your kids real fruit. Yes, you have to cut it up. Sorry, you do. You have to cut it up. You have to wash it. So sad you have to do that kind of stuff. I'm sorry. But those things you have to do, right? So you're spending $120 for that. Now, let's say you go with that frozen chicken breast. You have to think of how many meals or how many recipes can you make with chicken breast. And that applies to no matter if it's chicken breast. That applies if it's chicken breast, ground turkey, fish, salmon, or salmon, however you want to pronounce it. What else? Any meat that qualifies as a protein source. When you buy those things, you have to think of how many meals can you make with that? What recipes can you make with that? Usually, I like to think of at least 3 to 4 meals I can make with whatever meat that I'm buying. So usually when I go grocery shopping, I go grocery shopping in Fresh Thyme, whatever you want to call it, and Kenosha. So when I go, I usually get chicken sausage. I'll buy, 12 of those. It'll cost me about $12, $13. I'll get a bag of frozen chicken breasts. That'll last me actually probably about 2 weeks. I always get my vegetables, sweet potatoes, fruits. I get all that kind of stuff because I know that's what I'm going to eat on a regular basis, right? But as I'm getting that, I'm thinking of when am I going to use these meals or eat these meals, right? So as I'm grocery shopping, I'm planning out what I can do with what. And that's what happens that a lot of times we say that eating healthy is more expensive because we don't really look at everything we're spending, right? When you're eating healthier, making better choices, right? And I get, you don't feel like making your lunch every single day and all that kind of stuff. But if you're in a situation to where you're trying to lose weight and you're severely overweight or you're obese, or you've been fighting this battle for the last 5-10 years of your life and you have a lot of weight to lose, knowing what you're eating is very important. Knowing what's in what you're eating is very important. Knowing the portions of what you're eating is very important. Yes, there are different diets of intermittent fasting and carb cycling and Atkins and all these kind of things. But again, knowing what you're eating is very important. How much you are eating is very important. So when people say, "Oh, eating healthy is too expensive for me to do," no one says you have to go buy all organic stuff. You don't. No one says you have to go shopping at Whole Foods. You don't have to go shopping at Mariano's. You can go shopping at Aldi's. You can go shopping at Costco, at Walmart. You can find groceries in any grocery store. They all are pretty much the same. You just have to make the best choice for you and for the result you're trying to get. So if your result is you're trying to increase your life expectancy, increase your health, increase your energy, decrease stress, decrease just your overall laziness, right? Then eating healthy really isn't that more expensive. You just have to break it down to where you actually see what you're getting. Because when you're buying a lot of frozen foods, chicken breast is frozen. I get that. When I say frozen foods, I'm talking about like frozen foods as in pre-packaged stuff, things that are packed full of preservatives and sugar and all this kind of stuff. But when you're buying frozen meats, frozen things you can actually see, turkey burgers or burgers and that type of thing, you know, hey, that's a burger or that's fish. But when you're buying the frozen microwavable dinners, the frozen, yes, it says lean cuisine, but when you flip it over, it can say high protein, but to them, high protein is 15 grams of protein, which really isn't that high in protein. It's very little, to be honest with you, right? So when you flip things over, you have to know exactly what you're buying. If you're spending 150 bucks a week, and this is for a family, let me make sure I put that here. Family of 4, right? I'm just using the average here. Family of 4, this is what you're spending. If you can be spending less, you can spend 100 bucks a week, all right? But then you go out and you make lunch. You buy lunches. Okay, then why'd you go grocery shopping if you're going out to buy lunch every single time, right? Then you get snacks. Well, why'd you go do that if you didn't buy snacks when you're grocery shopping, right? And then you go out to eat every week, right? This is what kills a lot of people when you go out to eat. Because I get it's family time and you go out to eat and you spend X, but that still adds to your monthly expenses. And I get some of us have that money to where we can, you know what? I'm making 6 figures a year. I can afford to take my family out to eat. Great, that's awesome. But most of us cannot. Most of us are not in that upper percentage to where, you know, we have a household income of $250,000 or $200,000 a year or $150,000 a year. Some of us are a little bit less than that, right? So we have to make our money go as far as we can. So when you're saying that, hey, I'm going to go ahead and spend $275 a week on just food, $1,100 a month on just groceries, then that stuff tends to add up over time. And even though you may not see it at that time, but every time you swipe your card, every single time you swipe your card, it's debited, 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 and then your cost per week just keeps increasing, keeps increasing, keeps increasing. And then when you go over here to eating the healthier side, and again, I'm not trying to force anything upon anyone, it's just a little bit of a better option to where you don't have to eat these exact foods, but this is about what they cost, right? When you buy frozen chicken or frozen, actually sometimes not even frozen, you get fresh, you don't have to get frozen, you can get fresh chicken breasts, right? You can get them for, Sam's or Costco has these big things, chicken breasts for, you know, 10, 12 bucks. Or you can just go to the produce counter and get, you know, 4 or 5 pounds of chicken breasts for like $3.99 a pound, $4.99 a pound, right? So you're still getting fresh food that you can actually see. On plus side, it's already seasoned. You don't have to do anything, but just throw it in the skillet or the grill or the oven. It's already done for you. And if you really want to be smart about it, not a lot of people know this. You can go to Mariano's. If you buy your produce at Mariano's, you can take that produce to the grill area and they will cook it for you, right? So that saves you a lot of time. You buy it, take it, they grill it, boom, you go home and you're good to go. It happens, but not a lot of people know that. So you have to be willing to invest the time and kind of research and things like that. But again, this is what these things cost. Fruits, vegetables, miscellaneous things, maybe sweet potatoes, maybe bananas, milk, water, stuff like that. So let's say, you spend 120, hell, let's go 150 bucks. $150 a week. So you're spending the exact same, but as you're spending this, you actually know what you're eating. You can see what you're eating. You're planning it out better, what you're eating. So if you do that on a weekly basis, $600 a week, and let's add in, still keep your family night outs of eating groceries, right? Another $200 eating out. $800 a month versus, it's still a decent amount of money. $800 a month versus $1,100 a month. You're still saving $300 a month, right? Over a year time span, you're saving $3,600, $3,600 a year versus just making better choices instead of going what's most convenient for you. And you're at that time, $1,100 versus $800. Okay, if you got the money, ball out, be my guest. But some of us don't. So therefore, we got to make our money go further. So if I can save $3,600 a year, which can go towards college tuition, paying down my debt, getting ahead on my mortgage, it can go towards numerous different things, then I would take that option. Again, we have to plan out. So when we look at things like this and we say that, hey, eating healthy is expensive, no, you're just lazy and don't want to do it and invest the time to do it. So therefore, your excuse is, this is more convenient because I can go and buy the frozen foods, buy the prepackaged stuff, buy the sugary fruits, the sugary canned fruit, cup of fruits that's already loaded in sugar. And even though it says less sugar, sure. Okay, sugar-free, sure, right? And then I want to go out during the week and then spend more money on lunches and snacks, and then go out again and then spend more money when I go to eat out. Well, that just doesn't make sense to my pocket. That's just me personally, all right? So again, this is just my breakdown of how I like to explain things to my members when they talk about eating healthy and if it's more expensive. Again, it's not really more expensive. You just have to take the time to look at how much you're spending, where that money is going, all right? And I guarantee you this would have a better outcome than this every single time. This will increase your life expectancy every single time. This will benefit you more, you, your family, your kids, husband, wives, everyone else in the household, more because you're saving that household money. So you make the decision. It's up to you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good one.